Hello, everybody. Sophia Perola here with Garden State Film Festival. Thank you for joining us today. We are talking about a short student film today called Not Okay. And here in the room with us is the writer and the director. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Let's start off with the writer.
Hi, I'm Ava Lerner. I'm the writer for Not Okay.
And I'm Annie Lisher, and I directed Not Okay.
Awesome. It's such an honor to have you, Ava and Annie, in the room. Thanks for taking some time out. Congratulations on making Not Okay and getting accepted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I would love for one of you, maybe the writer is the best person to do this, to tell everybody watching a little bit about Not Okay.
Not Okay is a one-shot film. It's about a boy who is participating in a filmmaking camp, and in the middle of the camp, he gets a phone call, and there's some bad news on the phone call, and he's trying to then deal with this bad news while also smiling through the rest of his day at camp and grappling with both.
Yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful synopsis. Instantly, I related to the film because I've actually been on set and got really bad news. So I'm wondering what the inspiration for writing this is, if it's okay, if it's a personal story for you, if you want to talk about it, or just what was your inspiration for writing Not Okay?
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil what the bad news is, but I've dealt with news similar to the news that the boy has in the film. And I was also just trying to think of what would be a cool premise for a one-shot film, since I knew it was going to be that going into it. And I thought that because of the tension that staying on one shot can build, and because everything sometimes feels a little bit more deliberate since you're not having multiple takes of each thing, and like if you zoom in on a character, it's not like you're also filming a two-shot of that character and another character. So I felt like dealing with him getting bad news would fit the style of a one shot, and then I also related to the news that he shared, and I wanted to write about something that I knew about, so that's why I chose to write about it like I did.
Did it take a while for that idea to, like, you knew you wanted to do something all in one shot and you related to that personal story, but like did it take a while, like you were ruminating, okay, what should this film be about that I could do in one shot, or was it just like instantly that idea pops in your head and you wrote it?
I think I was slowly thinking through it when I knew that it was going to take place at a film camp because that's where we were filming it. So it was going to be the easiest to do without having to get a bunch of different sets together or anything. And so then I was just like in like probably a few minutes, maybe an hour, I was thinking through it and I kind of came on that idea. Just like it didn't take a long time to come up with.
Wow. Okay, and Annie, you were the director for this film. How did you come onto this project?
Well, we were, as Ava said, we were doing a film camp, and so everyone had to write a script with the prompt, a one-shot film. And so we read through the scripts and we would choose which script we thought the best. And I believe almost everyone voted for Not Okay because of how impactful and great a story it was. And so the person teaching the camp approached me and asked me if I would like to direct it. And this was going to be my first time directing ever. And I thought, why not? Because it was a great script. And when we read through it, I already like had a vision of what I wanted. And I thought I might as well take the challenge of a one shot the first time, because I don't know if I'd ever get this opportunity again. So
Wow, amazing. First time directing, and yeah, to do a one shot film. That's amazing. What went into directing something that's all one take? I mean, I could imagine lighting and memorization. Like, what was the key to directing something like this?
well, I think as with directing anything, whether it be a one shot or a standard film, you would have to have a vision. And I believe your vision would have to be even more concrete for a one shot film, because you have to go from one moment to the next smoothly back and forth. You have to know exactly what you want to and how you want to present it, because you can't try again. And though I guess you can change things between each shot in a one shot film. Like, actually, let's try it where we zoom in on this part instead of the previous part, because it's one shot. So you can just do it again. But knowing where you want the camera, when, how, is very important, because in most one shots, the camera's moving. And in our case, it actually moves through a doorway and like out of the room. And so we need to figure out how that would work. So just the most important part is having a solid vision and a solid idea of how that will all like practically work.
Mm. And with that vision, did you guys like have any rehearsals when it came to the camera movement so you could decide like, oh, I want to zoom in at this point. I want to like what how did you
Yeah.
guys come up with what we see in this film?
I came up with it mostly like before we filmed it, but um can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, just like if you guys had a rehearsal to figure out
Oh,
when
yeah.
those moments you'd zoom in, like, yeah.
Yes, we had rehearsals. Um and we were like, "Oh, it'd be best if we zoomed on here."
Okay.
We I believe we had multiple times whether or not we zoomed in or not zoomed in. Uh, the fist bump was originally like a clap or like a something, but we changed it to a fist bump because it would be seen better.
Mm,
Um, and
awesome.
yeah, lots of rehearsals. Uh,
I could
during
imagine there was a lot of rehearsals that went
Yeah,
into
but
this.
we actually did it quite quickly. We had, like, maybe 5 or 6 attempts before we got our final one. So,
Oh,
it was
wow.
very impressive, and we did, like, 5 rehearsals. Yeah, and during one of the rehearsals, there was another person at the film school, and they were in the other bathroom, and during one of the rehearsals, sadly, I kind of wish it was one of our shots because that would have been an amazing blooper. She came out of the bathroom in the at the end. It was very funny,
Oh, man.
but
So it would have been the take if it wasn't for, someone coming out of the
no, it
bathroom?
wasn't a take, it was a rehearsal.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish it was filmed though
yeah.
because that would've it was hilarious. Sadly,
It's
that
only
moment was
playing in
not
your memory now.
yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
not caught on film, but it happened and it was very funny.
So you have some great actors in this film. Obviously, they have to be great because it's all one shot. So
Mhm.
you got to be on it with the lines. And one of those actors was Ava. You played the director in the
Yes.
film. So tell
Yeah.
me, what was it like performing in something that you wrote and playing the director?
It was pretty cool getting to be somebody in the film and now knowing that it's gonna play with me in it, at the film festival is also really cool. I liked that my part wasn't super big because I get a little bit nervous, especially when it's one shot and you have to be able to do it right. There's a little bit more pressure. So I liked the size of the part, but it was cool to be able to be in something that I wrote and get to leave a little bit more of my mark on it. And I like getting to act every once in a while, so I liked it. It was a good experience.
Awesome. And I mean, you guys are both young artists. You're students currently and still making films. There's adults like myself who want to make films and don't. So it's really inspiring that you both have made a film and it's accepted to a film festival. Being a student in this age where everything is like not run by the media, but technology is so important. Media is everywhere. There's the pandemic, so things are more frustrating and harder than they used to be. What is it like being an artist during this time? Do you guys find a lot of inspiration or is it harder to find yourself inspired?
Well, I the pandemic left me with a lot of free time,
Mhm.
like everyone. And actually, I first went to NJ Film School, which is the film school which we both went to and where Not Okay was filmed during the pandemic that summer. So the pandemic is what brought me to NJ Film,
Oh, wow.
and I'm happy about that because I wouldn't have
Okay.
this opportunity, I wouldn't be here, and it's very fun.
Oh, thank you for sharing. That's actually really interesting. Wow. And Ava, what about you? Like this day and age in the pandemic, does it help your artist in you or is it more in the way?
I think it helps with some inspiration because there's just more going on. But I think what makes it hard is having technology everywhere on top of school and everything, isn't it? I feel like more
Mhm.
time gets eaten up by it. So then making the time to do stuff like writing and making films. But I think that with the internet, I have access to more like tutorials on how to edit something or script writing
Right.
software. So I think overall it adds a lot to being able to be a young filmmaker.
Oh, I love that. And you both obviously are young filmmakers. You met each other in film school.
Mhm.
What makes you guys want to tell stories? Like why do you guys love film?
Because I want to make people happy. Uh, like I I also have been in musicals and things, and to me, just even like a book, it's a way to just make someone enjoy something for whether it be like 15 minutes of reading a book or like sitting through an hour of a movie or a musical, even like a TV show. The concept of just putting a smile on someone's face, making them feel something, whether it be sadness or just like angry at some character's situation, or like a smile about just something wonderful happening. It's just a wonderful feeling knowing that I can give that to someone else.
I love that. Ava, what about you? What brought you into this filmmaking world?
For me, they were offering some film programs at a different camp that I went to, and just got into it. And then when I came to NJ Film School, I just really liked the way of making art through film, and I also really like that film creates an escape for people, but also can make a lot of statements about the world and influence and make impacts through art. And I think that it's a type of art that I'm like expressing myself through, and that I'm good at. And so I really like that medium that film has for me.
And is you guys are you guys have any like muses or favorite artists or any shows, films that you guys are obsessed with right now that brings inspiration to you?
Not
I
really.
No, Annie?
I
No one. You're no one.
I'm really enjoying Abbott Elementary right now. I think
I
that it's
have
a
to watch
really great show. Definitely recommend. Sorry, my dog is like going all over the place. Um, I think it's a really great show, and it shows that balance of creating escape through the humor of the show, but also making a statement about teachers and what it's like being a teacher in a less
that.
wealthy area. So, like, that's really inspiring to me, and that's the type of things I want to
Right.
be able to create.
Yeah, it brushes on what you were saying, making a statement while also just making something that brings people joy while also making a statement. Absolutely. And Annie, you did musicals.
Yeah,
I know there has to be something you enjoy watching that brings inspiration or that you've been in.
yeah. Well,
It's a big question, I know.
yeah. I just like artists. I don't really listen to like music or anything. That's my first thought when you say artists.
Uh,
Uh, and I don't really watch a lot of TV shows or much, but like just really anything I
yeah.
consume puts an impact on me. Like if I just remember like a snippet of it, like
Mhm.
books, I remember, oh, this is something that also happened to this character in a book I read when I was in like third grade or something.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I'm happy you say that too, because so much inspiration doesn't come from other films or TV shows. Sometimes it's just, the sun, the way the sun reflects off of building. You can get inspiration anywhere. So thank you, Annie, and thank you, Ava, for sharing. So my last question for you guys is how you heard about Garden State Film Festival and how's it feel to have Not Okay screening there this year? It's the 21st year, so it's a big year. We've been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's old
How'd you
enough to
guys hear
drink now.
You
It is
said
old
you're
enough
oh
it's old enough to drink.
Not
oh
me.
my
I'm
gosh, that is hilarious. That's good. That's good. That's a good one. That's really good. Okay, so how'd you hear about the film festival?
So the director of the camp recommended it to everybody at the end when he was recommending film festivals to submit to. So that's how we heard about it. And for me, I'm very excited to see it at a film festival. I think that's a really big accomplishment, and this is a very big festival, and it's really cool. So I'm very excited about it.
Oh, love it. Annie, how do you feel?
Yeah. I think it's crazy that any film I've been in is in a film festival, and not just any film, but one I directed, and not just like the first film I've ever directed
Right.
uh, in a film festival. I think it's wild, and it's a great honor, I guess.
Yes.
Really
First film
glad.
directed in a film festival, only up from here. You're starting off successful and only up here for both of you. So, and Ava, you have another film in this festival, Self-Conscious. So you're killing it as well. You both are
Thank you.
amazing, very talented. I'm inspired, and congratulations again. Let me tell everyone watching how you can see Not Okay. It will be screening Saturday, March 25th in the Kingsley Ballroom, 9:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. So definitely check out that film block. There'll be a lot of awesome student films there, and hopefully Annie and Ava, I'm assuming you both will be there.
Yes.
Okay, I love it. I'll see you guys at the festival, and thanks for taking the time out.
Thank you.
Bye.